Tribute. Memorialize. Remembrance. Legacy. What comes to mind when we hear the word legacy? Something handed down from an ancestor or a predecessor or from the past. Something that is handed down from one period of time to another period of time. Something that someone has achieved that continues to exist long after they stop working or die. Introducing the Artists' Archives of the Western Reserve's Legacy Society. The Legacy Society is an auxiliary comprised of family and friends of archived artists, AAWR members, and all those interested in preserving Ohio's artistic heritage. The driving idea behind the Legacy Society is to honor and perpetuate the memories and artistic visions and creations of the AAWR's esteemed archived artists. How do we best do that?
The Artist Archives of the Western Reserve is an organization that preserves and stores the work of artists, professional artists in the city of Cleveland.
Having an archives, having artists committed to doing art in the region is the beginning of people valuing art.
The Artist Archives actually does reach out to the community in many ways. I mean, first of all, it benefits the artist with tax benefits, the fact that their work lives on, but it goes beyond that. There are members to the Artist Archives, people who come to see the exhibitions. Eventually there will be art historians, art students who would like to look at doing some research.
It is a place that is concerned about the future. It is a place that is concerned about legacy.
So without the Artist Archives, we would lose the history about what artists have produced, and really, knowing some of the history, it really foretells what goes on for the future.
If we are to have a history of our own, that we preserve the work that artists are doing today for the people that will view it tomorrow, our children and their children's children.
The benefits of participating in the Legacy Society are significant. It is a meaningful, tangible way to honor an artist friend or loved one. It's a way to ensure their enduring legacy. It's a way for all of us to support each other in making sure that their artworks live on. Your contribution of resources, time, talent, and money will make it possible for us to better preserve their artworks here in the AAWR facility and to produce additional display opportunities elsewhere. It is not simply about having a prolific archive or a wonderful museum. Authentic legacies are built upon well-maintained works of art supplemented by well-done and preserved historical documentation, such as oral histories and a production of compelling displays of artwork in venues that reach the public. With your help, the Artists' Archives will continue to promote the life, work, and memories of our distinguished artists in print, online, and in person. The Legacy Society, transforming the past into the future.
Duranko's. Thank you. I'd like to talk to you, as well as Dave Duranko, the chairman of this marvelous event, and our executive director, Ken George, for a few minutes as to who we are and why we're here. In 1996, David Davis, through a nebulous group of conversations, coalesced a group of artists to found the Artist Archive of the Western Reserve. Those original founders were Shirley Ann Campbell, who's here, Phyllis Sloan, Phyllis Seltzer, David Haberman, Phyllis Seltzer's here, who is here, Randall Tiedemann, Robert Juergens, William Martin Jean, and Pat Parker. And they provided both the intellectual, artistic, creative, and financial basis for the building you are standing in and the organization, which is now not only 16 years old, but 59 archive artists strong, with one more to come very soon. We are the only such facility in the United States. We have been sought out by numerous other groups around the country for our expertise and for our to discuss our commitment and what we went through to build this group and to sustain it. And sustaining it is now the most important goal that we have, as well as physically the work that I want to do in the warehouse behind to make sure that our work is preserved hermetically as our artwork should be. But the secondary purpose is to draw around us a group of supporters, friends and family of the original 59 artists who are now archived. And it's you people who are here, and you have shown both your physical and your moral and your physical support, and we're extremely, extremely pleased and very proud to have you here. My name is Herb Asherman, for those of you who don't know. For those of you who do know, it's still Herb Asherman. And I am the president of the board of directors of this organization, and have sort of helped guide it to the point we are today. So as the director and as a personal archive artist, my thanks, my appreciation for your commitment, your involvement, and the fact that you're here and can see the future of what the archive is. And I'd like to introduce the elegant Dave Duranko to discuss a little bit about what the Legacy Society is and where we hope it will go.
I've been called a lot of things, but never elegant.
Not bad for an accountant, right?
But thank you, Herb. Well, first let me join Herb in extending a warm welcome to all of you here tonight, especially those of you who came from out of town, including members of my family who came from as far away as Central Michigan and London, Ontario, Canada. I want to welcome all of them and all of you. I also want to congratulate all the archive artists. First and foremost, this evening is about them and their wonderful artistic legacy that they've left for all of us. So what I'd like to do, if you are an archived artist here tonight, please raise your hand. Okay, and the rest of us, let's all give them a warm round of applause. Well, as Herb mentioned, this evening is also about the founding of the Legacy Society. And if you had a chance to see the video in the other room, and read the brochure out front about the Legacy Society, you have a little background on what the Legacy Society is about. The Legacy Society was really Herb's brainchild. The idea was to build a community of family and friends of archived artists that would help sustain the archive for generations to come, long after the archive artists have passed. As the son of an archive artist, the late Ron Juranko, I guess you could say I am the poster child for the Legacy Society. I first became involved with the archive a couple of years ago when my sister and I decided to archive my father's surviving works here at the archive. And later, at the invitation of Herb, I joined the board.
I also solicited them to become archive artists.
Yes, you did.
Saw that immediately.
And I'm glad you did. And because I view my involvement with the archive as a way of preserving my father's spirit and soul. I think a part of him remains in his art, as does a part of all the archive artists in their artistic achievements. Artists give us that unique opportunity, as only visual artists can, through their artwork, which it gives us a sort of a window into their soul, if you will. People say eyes are the window to the soul, but I think art is also a window to the soul of the artist. It allows us to see the world through the eyes of the artist, both in the subjects that they choose, in the medium, and a way in which they render their subjects, in a way that nobody else can, really. So to me, that's my way. This is my way of helping to preserve a part of my father's spirit and soul. This is really a partnership. The idea of preserving the soul and spirit of our archived artists. They've done their job, okay? They left us this wonderful artistic legacy. But it's up to all of us, the family and friends of the archived artists, to preserve that legacy through the support of organizations like the Artists Archive. So, I would, for those of you who have already become members of the Legacy Society, and I'm happy to say there are many of you. We were overwhelmed at the number of people who've already joined the Legacy Society, and on behalf of the board and our executive director, Ken George, and assistant director, Julie Eiffel, we thank all of you for your generous support. For those of you who have not yet become members, I would ask you to consider becoming members at whatever level of financial support you can. Educate yourselves on the mission of the archive. Tour the facility. You can get one of the board members or Ken or any of us to show you the archival units in the back, where the archive artist is archived. And there's again a nice video that gives some background and some other literature out front that gives you some of the more of the history behind the archive and what our mission is all about. So please consider that. And again, I thank you all for coming. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. Before I let you go, I'm going to turn you over to Ken, our executive director, who's going to make a presentation for the original founding members of the archive.
Thank you, Dave and Herb. I just want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank our organizing committee for the Legacy Society in this event. They are David Juranko, Herb Asherman, Vincent Monnier, Lauren Marcaza, Lee Heinen, Roya Sakarlatsky, Jocelyn Ruff, and Julie Eiffel. Also want to thank the interns from several colleges and universities who are working here tonight. As you know, the Legacy Society is an auxiliary comprised of
friends and family members of archived artists, AAWR members, and all those interested in preserving Ohio's artistic heritage. The driving idea behind the Legacy Society is to honor and perpetuate the memories and artistic visions of the AAWR's esteemed archived artists. With your help, the Artists' Archives will continue to promote the life, work, and memories of our distinguished artists. Thank you for your support. Before I do this presentation ceremony, I just want to draw your attention to, I would like for each of you to stop by the table located in the lobby, in the hall, and pick up one of these brochures. Inside, there are several inserts that describe the organization and the purpose of the Legacy Society and the various membership levels and benefits associated with the Legacy Society. So please feel free to take one of these brochures on your way out, and if you haven't done so already, consider becoming a Legacy Society member on your way out this evening. Now, when the Archived Artists of the Western Reserve was founded, it was in the year 1996, and there were 9 artists who were the founders. First and foremost, of course, was David E. Davis, who is deceased. There were also other artists. Several of them are here this evening. They couldn't all be here, but many are. And for those who are, we have an award, well, actually this beautiful framed picture of a group shot that was taken back in 1996. And we think, yeah, Herbert had these made up, and they're just fantastic, and we think that they don't have this, so I think they'll appreciate it. And if they aren't here this evening, they or their widows will be getting one of these. But for those who are here this evening, I would like to present them an award, or this framed portrait, picture, and have them stand up here. If they would stay up here for a little bit so we can take a group shot of them before they mix and mingle afterwards, that would be great. And then we'll let you all get back to your socializing.
Pat Parker? Randall Tiedemann is here.
He's ill.
Shirley Ann Campbell. David Haberman. David, come forward. William Martin Chains isn't here. Phyllis Sloan, no. Robert Jurgens. Phyllis Seltzer. Shirley Ann. Shirley Ann Campbell. Shirley Haley Campbell. Where's Shirley?
Shirley was here.
So maybe you would like to hold one of these and sort of a sample.
Shirley's coming. No hurry.
No hurry, don't hurry.
No hurry at all.
There aren't Shirley. Where's Shirley? And Bill is here. Yeah, there you go.
Right. I want the picture with
Okay.
Are there more? Or?
No.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
that's here.
Oh, well. Am I lucky?
Yes, that's what
I'm the one that's lucky.
All right. And I'm just gonna.
Do you want to get rid of that?
No, absolutely. I want that. Yeah, I just wanted it a little straight, that's all.
Can I cover my face with it?
No, you cannot. You look fabulous. Okay, here we go. Everybody look right at me. That's great. I'm just gonna do one more. Everybody just look right at me. Great. Great, thank you so much.
Here.
Thank you.